Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We're so glad to have you with us again, and thank you for your continued support. In today's episode, we're going to follow the journey of a truly remarkable man, someone who made the bold decision to leave behind the conveniences of city life and build an entirely self-sufficient lifestyle, completely off the grid. Now, you might imagine something rough, uncomfortable, or primitive, but get ready to be surprised. The off-grid life he's creating is not only functional, but also incredibly cozy, well-designed, and full of clever ideas. From building his own house, growing his own food, and installing solar power, to crafting daily use items by hand, everything is done with patience, skill, and a touch of creativity. It's a lifestyle shaped by dedication, resilience, and a deep connection to nature. But when it came to the most demanding and crucial stage, laying the foundation and raising the structural frame, he wasn't alone. This part of the journey required not only strength and time, but also precision and teamwork. Fortunately, he was joined by a group of close friends who came not just to lend a hand, but to bring with them a spirit of camaraderie, laughter, and shared purpose. Those early days were filled with hard labor, digging the ground, measuring and placing foundation posts, mixing cement under the blazing sun. Yet no one complained. They treated the process like an adventure, swapping stories, working side by side, sharing sips of cool water, and enjoying simple yet hearty meals outdoors surrounded by nature. Once the solid foundation was set, the group moved on to raising the frame of the house. Each wooden beam, every joint and crossbar was carefully handled and positioned with a sense of pride. There was sweat, certainly, but also smiles, music playing in the background, and the kind of teamwork that turns a construction project into a memory that lasts a lifetime. After days of hard work alongside his friends, laying the foundation and assembling the frame, the house structure quickly began to take shape, standing tall amidst the forest like a testament to their dedication and teamwork. The beams, posts, and support joints came together seamlessly, forming a solid skeleton of what would soon become a cozy home. Though installing insulation might sound like a straightforward task, it demanded great precision and patience. A single poorly placed piece could mean drafts, heat loss, or dampness. But with his eye for detail and the same hands-on spirit he brought to every other step, he made sure the job was done thoroughly and properly. Without wasting a moment, he moved on to the next phase, putting up the walls and installing insulation. Each panel was carefully measured and aligned. He placed insulation materials, soft, fluffy fiberglass bats, between the wall studs, ensuring that every gap was sealed to maintain comfort through cold winters and warm summers alike. Once the frame and walls were securely in place, he moved on to the next crucial step, roofing the house with wooden planks. Instead of opting for modern industrial materials, he chose to use natural wooden boards, an eco-friendly rustic solution that gave the home a warm and organic feel. Each plank was carefully cut to size, treated to resist termites and moisture, and then lifted up and installed one by one, entirely by hand. Working on the roof was no easy task. Balancing at height, aligning the boards properly, and securing them tightly to prevent leaks all required care, focus, and physical effort. But slowly and steadily, the wooden roof began to take shape, forming a strong protective shield above the home. Rather than using raw, untreated wood, he chose the traditional Japanese technique of shosugi-ban, where the surface of each plank is burned over open flame, then cooled, brushed, and sealed. This method not only gives the wood a rich, dark, textured appearance, but also enhances its resistance to moisture, pests, and weather, significantly extending its lifespan. One by one, he passed each long plank over the fire, watching closely as the surface changed, carefully controlling the char level for both durability and aesthetics. After brushing off the ash and smoothing the surface, he finished the wood with natural oil to protect it. When mounted onto the walls, the deep grain patterns and matte black sheen gave the house a bold, rustic, and artistic look. After days of tireless work, building the frame, laying the roof, cladding the walls, installing insulation, and attending to every detail with care and intention, the house finally stood complete, and it was nothing short of stunning. Though nestled deep in the wilderness, far from city utilities or grid power, the home had a distinctly modern and elegant appearance, not unlike a small luxury retreat hidden in the woods. Clean lines, carefully crafted angles, and the rich charred wood gave it a refined architectural feel. Natural light poured in through large glass windows, while the sleek, minimalist interior, powered by off-grid solar energy, offered both simplicity and sophistication. It was a place where nature and human craftsmanship met in perfect harmony, a home that felt at once grounded, stylish, and inspiring. Once the exterior of the house had been beautifully completed, from the fire-treated wooden siding to the handcrafted roof, he turned his attention inward, working on finishing the interior to create a truly livable and inviting space. One of the most essential steps in making the home feel warm and refined was cladding the interior walls with wood. He selected smooth, light-toned timber that preserved its natural grain, giving the space a bright, airy feel while also adding a sense of comfort and coziness. Each plank was carefully cut, sanded, cleaned, and then installed piece by piece with precision and care. With the interior walls fully paneled and the rooms beginning to take shape, he turned to a final meaningful element, building the front door. To him, the front door wasn't just an entrance. It was a symbol of welcome, the threshold between the wild outdoors and the warm life within. He selected sturdy, beautifully grained timber, then measured, cut, and sanded each piece with care. The hinges, lock, and handle were all chosen thoughtfully to match the home's rustic yet refined aesthetic. That simple, solid wooden door now stood as both a shield and a gateway, keeping out wind and rain, inviting in sunlight and fresh air, and marking the peaceful boundary between the world outside and the haven he had built within. Everything was done by hand, from framing the door, aligning the hinges, to chiseling the space for the handle. When he finally lifted the door and fit it into place, watching it swing open and close with ease, there was a quiet sense of pride. It wasn't just a structural accomplishment, it was a deeply personal one. With the front door firmly in place and the interior nearing completion, the house finally felt whole. But for him, a true home needed more than just walls and a roof. It needed a place to breathe, a space to pause and connect with nature. So he began building the front porch. He constructed a simple wooden framework extending outward from the front of the house, connecting seamlessly with the main roof. Sturdy crossbeams supported a small overhang, roofed with wooden panels or lightweight corrugated sheets to provide just enough shade from the sun and shelter from sudden rain. He selected strong, durable wood with a pleasing natural grain. Each board was measured, cut to length, and carefully aligned, laid tightly side by side to form a smooth, sturdy surface. He fastened them to the base with rust-resistant screws or wooden pegs, working methodically. The sound of sawing and hammering echoed softly through the quiet forest, a gentle rhythm of craftsmanship. This porch became his quiet corner, a place to watch the sunset, to listen to the wind rustling through the trees, or simply to rest after a long day's work. It was a peaceful threshold between the comfort of his handcrafted home and the wild, beautiful world that surrounded it. After completing the main structure of the house and the cozy front porch, he realized that to truly settle in and live comfortably long-term, a private toilet area was absolutely essential. So he made the decision to expand the house slightly by building an extension for a bathroom. Rather than constructing a separate unit, he cleverly extended one side of the house, adding a small wooden annex that matched the main structure in style and material. The bathroom was designed to be discreet yet well ventilated, with a small window facing the trees out back to allow for fresh air and natural light. For the window, he chose a small, rectangular design, just large enough to let in natural light and allow airflow, while still preserving privacy. The frame was made of lightweight wood, fitted with a secure latch, and positioned to face the back of the house where trees swayed gently in the breeze. He considered adding a curtain or using frosted glass to maintain modesty without sacrificing light. Instead of using a solid wood slab, he chose to handcraft the bathroom's main door by joining together several wooden planks. It wasn't just a practical decision to use available materials, it also added a charming, handmade character to the humble space. Each nail was hammered in by hand, each hinge aligned with care. He treated the surface with linseed oil to guard against the damp forest air. When the door was finally lifted into place and swung open with ease, it wasn't just a functional entryway, it was a quiet symbol of patience, intention, and skill. Staying true to his hands-on approach and resourceful mindset, he decided to build the toilet seat platform entirely out of wood, adding the final touch to the small bathroom tucked within the forest. He chose thick, solid wooden boards that had been carefully treated to withstand moisture and resist insects. He first built a square base, just high enough to sit comfortably, then cut a smooth, circular opening on the top panel that aligned with the composting system below. The wooden surface was sanded smooth, with rounded edges for comfort, and finished with a natural oil to protect and preserve the grain. Though it was just a small detail, he approached it with great care, ensuring the seat was clean, sturdy, and comfortable to use. After weeks of dedicated labor, laying the foundation, roofing, paneling the walls, building doors, crafting a toilet, installing the porch and windows, even hand-making a wooden seat, his home was finally complete. No concrete, no steel beams, no architects or blueprints, just bare hands, patience, creativity, and a deep belief in a simple, self-reliant life connected to nature. This little cabin in the woods wasn't just a shelter. It was a symbol of independence and quiet perseverance. Every part of it bore his touch, from the fire-treated wood siding to the long plank porch, from the rusted door to the humble handmade toilet seat.